Hey, what's going on, guys? It's APGAINS here, and today's video is going to be a two-parter. The first part is going to be a roster review of my own roster. The second part is going to be the Grand Arena. As you guys know, I'm busy, and I'm sorry I haven't gotten my Grand Arenas out to you. I'm surprised I even participated in them at all with the work that I've had to do over the last week. But I have made time for one of them, so here you guys go. There's going to be that one. In the description, there's going to be the link to the Discord. You guys can send that around. It should not expire, and it should have unlimited uses. So for those of you who want to get into the Discord, which is the best way to communicate with me and all of the people associated with this channel, that link will be in the description, as well as a timestamp to skip over the roster review if you are so inclined and get straight to the Grand Arena action. I would recommend that you watch the roster review because I'm going to go into detail about my thought process throughout the various stages in the game, how I farm teams, how I gear them up, my relic decisions, and then I'll talk about those decisions in the Grand Arena because, as you guys know, we focus mainly on Grand Arena here. So those decisions I made and we'll talk about in the beginning of the video will directly relate to what I'm talking about in the second half of the video. So I do recommend watching the whole video. But if you guys are just here for the Grand Arena or just here for the roster review, I'll put a timestamp for when the roster review ends and the Grand Arena starts, so you guys can skip to that point if you are so inclined. That being said, let's jump into the video. Alright, just quickly I'm going to address the outline of how this roster review is going to go. First part, I'm just going to do a brief run over of all of my characters. After that, I'm going to do a brief explanation on what I'm farming currently and why I'm farming it. I'll talk about squads I use. And then at the end, I'll address criticisms that I have received and try and explain why the criticisms that have been levied against my account are actually, for the most part, strengths of the account, just maybe not too well known to most people. And then we'll get into the Grand Arena. Alright, I have set my roster to sort by power instead of favorites, so we can go over the hierarchy of the characters that I use, how I have them geared up, and my decision behind that. As you guys know, if Darth Vader is not your most powerful character, you're no Star Wars Monopoly fan. I have the 3 Zetas for solo potential, obviously. With the 3rd Zeta, it has Geonosian solo potential. I still use Traya against Geonosians simply because I can 2 or 3 man. That which gets decent banners, then 64 on something else, because most opponents don't throw Padme on defense, so I never really need to save that Traya for offense against a Padme as opposed to a Geonosian. I have Revan at Relic. I have Padme at Relic. Bosk is not Relicked. Anakin's Relicked. Kenobi. Traya is not. Chewbacca is. Bindo. Solo. For the most part, those are my Relic characters. Now, I left Revan at Relic 1 along with Jolie Bindo because I don't want to inflate the roster. That's something I'm going to talk about at the end when addressing criticisms. One of the main criticisms is, why do you have so many relict characters for your level, but they're not high relict? I'll explain the strategy and thinking behind that. Hopefully you guys will understand it, and hopefully you guys can implement that strategy in your own accounts to help you be more powerful. Okay, Padme, Anakin, Kenobi, I obviously run in a Padme team. Jedi Knight Revan, Bindo, I usually run in a duo together against a weaker team, or I throw in some extra Jedi to beef it up a little bit. I run Yoda under a Basilishan lead to 2-man to get super high banners there. Of course, I run Traya with Scion and Nihilus to 3-man Geos. Sometimes I just bring in Traya and Scion if the Geos are particularly weak. I have a relatively weak CLS, no Zetas. I'll talk about that later. With Han Solo and Chewbacca, obviously I 3-man that. It's useful against Darth Revan, stuff like that. I will admit one weakness that this roster does actually have, and the one weakness that I found thus far. There could be others that I just haven't come across in dozens or hundreds of Grand Arena battles, but 3v3 Darth Revan with a 7-star Gear 12 to Gear 13 Malik. This roster can beat, but it will take a 2-shot. So far that's the one GAC weakness that I have found, is sometimes I need to 2-shot a 7-star Relic Malik under a Darth Revan Basilishan in 3v3. Under 5v5 circumstances, that's not an issue, but 3v3, that is a problem. I have a Gear 12 Shock D simply because she's easy to gear up. I have Arc Trooper at 4, but all my other clones are 7 stars, iffy gear. It doesn't really matter. 4-star Geonosian Brood Alpha. You guys know that Geonosian Brood Alpha gets slightly better if you get him to 7 stars. The big upside is simply Territory Wars, adding in a Watt Shard. If you guys are in a guild where you guys really love each other, you know each other, that might be something you want to look into. The Cantina resource-wise, I didn't find it particularly important. Kind of a waste of resources, so I just keep him at 4. I got my Dooku average. I got my Newt average. Yeah, so I'll just quickly scroll through so you guys can see. Lots of characters are like average simply because this is a Hyperdrive bundle account. For those of you who don't know, I bought the Hyperdrive bundle for my birthday as a birthday present because I had another account that was a little bloated and I kind of wanted to start over. So if we go to normal view, it will see who I have favorited. As you can see, I have favorited the 3 big bounty hunters: Grievous, Luke, some of the clones, Thrawn, Basilishan Fallen, C-3PO, all that stuff. The reason I favorited them is because they're characters that need to get up to Relic, or at least I believe will eventually need to get up to Relic. The clones I'm trying to get up to Gear 12 and probably stop there. Thrawn, I just like looking at him because he's a fun character. These two, I have to remind myself that eventually I'll need to star them up. I'm currently farming Mandalorian and then all of the characters for Darth Revan. I have the Mando team highlighted just in case because a Mando event might drop. So in Fleet, I'm farming Karth, of course. And with extras, I'm going Mandalorian. Light side, I'm farming Giahani. Dark side, I'm going Basilishan Fallen, trying to get her to where is she? Trying to get her to 7 stars. And Cara Dune with extras, simply just to get her 7 stars. I'm not going to gear her up. Just wait for a potential legendary event to drop. And I won't touch these guys until have them all 7 stars. And once I have them all 7 stars, I'll just quickly gear them up to the Darth Revan event, and then do the Malak event and go on my merry way. That's what I'm farming, right? Yeah. I had someone comment, why are you gearing up Boba instead of Jango? That's a great question. I'm actually going to get him at Gear 13 and not even Relic him. I had a lot of the pieces, so I just quickly slapped them on because I knew it would be a fast farm. Should I have done Jango if everything was even and I could have put the 4 gear pieces that I had available on Jango instead of Boba? Would I have done that? Maybe. But the fact of the matter is they were available just by happenstance, just by raids, just random farming. I happen to have these 4 pieces already, and I just slapped them on. The finisher I got pretty quickly, and then now I just kind of need to get a couple of these, and then I'll probably just buy those with crystals because I do place number 1 in fleets and meh in squads, so I'm getting a few hundred crystals a day, so I'll just slap that on. I won't actually Relic Boba. I might start working towards Jango. Not entirely sure. Okay, so a criticism that I have come across frequently is why the Zeta on General Grievous. He's only, what, Gear 10? He's only Gear 10, almost Gear 11. Why the Zeta here as opposed to CLS or C-3PO or one of the clones? Who knows? It's a fairly simple reason. I talked to all of my Grand Arena opponents. I find out what they had trouble with, what they didn't have trouble with, what worked well against my account, and where they struggled against my account. And as you guys know, the meme team that I've been on, even before I had a lot of these characters, the meme team simply was Newt plus Dooku. Eventually, it acquired Grievous and then some random droids I have here and there. This is a defensive team that most people know about. Usually it has a Jango instead of a Grievous, and then you replace the droids with like a Newt or something like that. The reason I run it this way is because Newt's annoying with the extortion. Dooku's obviously annoying with all of his stuns and shocks and stuff like that. And then the Zeta on Grievous is great at stripping banners. I've talked to a lot of my opponents. Over a dozen of them have said that, well, let's be fair, when I lose, it's because I either don't play or there's like one team that was super Relic 7, like I faced a Galactic Legend at one point, and obviously I can't beat a Galactic Legend because that was the only thing his account had. Anyway, they find that the Grievous hitting the AoE off of these two dying strips banners, and, you know, whenever you can find a team on defense that will strip a couple of banners, it's super important. So could that Zeta be more effective on CLS? I don't think so. I think the Zeta here is a good Zeta because it strips banners on defense and oftentimes gets holds. So I am very happy with that Zeta. If I were to put it on CLS, I probably would have done you get the one that gives you turn meter. But my CLS team doesn't ever have issues 3-manning or 2-manning any squad that it comes across. So that Zeta isn't really necessary at this point. At some point, I will throw Zetas on Commander Luke Skywalker just because I won't have anywhere else to put them. But that team doesn't need the Zeta. I mean, adding the Zeta won't increase the viability of that team in any way, shape, or form. Therefore, I thought this was a more effective use because it has tangible benefits towards my roster as opposed to no real benefit on a CLS. Another criticism that I promised I would talk about is my choice of relics. Now, no one will dispute the characters that I've reliced are obviously the right characters to relic, so I won't touch base on that too much. But why are the characters so low relic? Well, to be fair, they don't need to be higher relic to be effective. I mean, yeah, having a relic 5 Jedi Knight Anakin would be slightly better for squad arena. Like, I get an extra 50 crystals from time to time if I care enough to go through my squad arena seriously. Maybe a higher relic Han Solo or Chewbacca or Padme or Jedi Knight Revan would be slightly better here and there. But those aren't going to get me more banners in Grand Arena. They're not going to do anything. The only thing they're going to do is bloat the galactic power of my roster. And as you can see, I go to the next division at 2.5 million GP. So if I were to throw like Relic 5 Anakin, I'd hop up to 2.5, and then I'd be at the bottom of that division, and I'd be playing from a huge deficit compared to like 3 million galactic power rosters. I'd be going up against characters with higher relics. So the reason I decided not to throw higher relics on these characters is simply because I don't want to balloon the galactic power of my roster. Could I easily relic all of these characters up in like an hour? Yeah, I could. I have all the pieces. They can be relics. Like, I just throw them on them right now. So eventually, my account will surpass 2.5 million GP, and I'll be at the bottom of the barrel in Division 4, I think, for this account. At that point, to not be at the bottom of the barrel, I will simply apply all those relics. I'll balloon my account up to 2.8, 2.9 million GP, and I'll be at the top of the barrel again. That's what I did when I entered Division 5, I think this account's in. I had a bunch of Gear 13. I could have got everyone to Relic 1. I entered the new division. I was bottom of the barrel. I said, hey, you always want to play from above because you have more advantages. You get more Zetas. It's a lot easier. You got to play smart, right? So I just quickly reliced up a bunch of characters, got to 2.3, 2.4 million GP. I was at the top of the barrel. You're fighting downhill, as General Kenobi will tell you. With this matchup right here, it's important to have the high ground. So, low relics. I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see me. So, low relics here is simply just the big brain. I have the high ground move. When I surpass 2.5 million GP, these guys will all hop up in relics, and then I will have the high ground again. So, for those of you who thought that having low relic characters was a disadvantage, watch more Revenge of the Sith. I almost said Return of the Jedi. I would have had to stop covering Star Wars if I said that. All right, and we are back with the Grand Arena. Let's hop into it. All right, my opponent has not attacked. I place my standard iffy defense. Let's... Crash? Well, I guess it's a good thing that it crashed before I started battling. All right, attempt number 2 hopefully doesn't crash, because if it does, I will lose. And that would suck. In the time in which it crashed, and now I did a very college move, and I got some cold pizza and a Gatorade. So I am definitely living that healthy student-athlete lifestyle. Let's just hop in. We'll do standard stuff. I don't imagine. Oh, it's lagging a little bit. Please. Okay, are we in business? We are in business. Okay. Pull that off. There we go. Pop this over here. This is all standard stuff. In case you guys aren't aware of how this team works, basically with the Zeta on her leadership, they lose health and protection every time they attack out of turn. Nihilus is gearing up for an Annihilate on Brute, because once he's dead, they don't assist and they don't get their health back. They share health, which means if you kill or highly damage one person, their health pool is kind of diminished. So instead of going up to higher protection, they heal up to slightly less protection. And then Scion, of course, is the tank. He's not doing a very good job of tanking at the moment. But if they damage him, they get pain for 3 turns because of his Zeta. Also, he has a mass buff dispel, which is very useful. As you can see, the pain's starting to spread, which is awesome. At this point, the Annihilate's a little overkill, but that's not too much of a problem. Maybe I can squeak out an extra banner. Alright. Let's just... Oh. Wow, okay. Interesting. Maybe we can squeak out an extra banner this way? Yes, okay, we squeaked out an extra... Excuse me, we got an extra banner out of that. Alright, 1 down. I didn't bother looking down here. What? Let's just pop this real quick. Yeah, good for you. Throw down some AoEs. That should kill him. Oh no, interesting. Let's just kill him with that, and that should kill him. There we go. Nice 56. How do I want to play this? Obviously overkill, probably overkill, probably overkill, probably overkill, probably overkill. Could get stun locked because of Han Solo. Let me actually see if I can... Do I want a bounty hunter this team? Why not? A little risky, but you gotta risky for the old bisky, you know what they say. Let's just see if we can't get an ability block. Obviously we can't. He's ability blocked, so we're not getting that net up. Yes, very interesting. Okay, I executed, but somehow Savior still works on execute. Never actually come in contact with that problem before. No matter. Taunt doesn't do much simply because they can go around the taunt. Does he still have that? He does still have that. Okay, he dodges everything. Alright, we're not going to get fantastic banners here, but that doesn't really matter. Alright, you're not coming back. Let's see if we can't recover a couple of banners here and there. Well. Let's just get this down. Alright, we'll go here. There we go, nice. Excuse me, sorry about that. See if we can't get a couple more banners, please stun. Obviously it doesn't, but the resist is still nice. That should get us up. Maybe resist. Okay, this should get us topped off. Perfect, okay. I like that rocket to finish because if they resist or they get hit with the debuffs, you still get the recovery. Ah. Oh, it's Mace. I was like, ah, a powerful negotiator. I didn't even see you had that. I don't mod frequently, but let's quickly do this because a lot of people complained that modding is oh so important, which it can be. 200, 205. If I mirror, actually a mirror might be overkill. A mirror might be overkill. Let's just see what kind of speed I'm working with. Probably not nearly 200. Oh, 227. Is my Han Schmolo faster? He is. I don't know if the fact that he's faster will play any part in him going before their Han. Alright, let's get rid of that. Stun him. Stun R2. Kill R2. Finish off CLS. Yeah. Having that Zeta on Commander Luke Skywalker would have really helped me there, guys. Obviously, I'm joking. Alright. Ooh. Oh, that was lackluster. I was like, Padme! Do I risk this team? Nah. Risk it for the biscuit, am I right? It's Star Wars, you gotta have fun. Fracture him. Throw some fear up here. I'll actually save that because they're gonna miss their turns anyway. Hit that shock. Then I'll try to stun. They'll retaliate, but I shall heal up here. I don't think he's ability blocked. It would pop up earlier, but kill him with that. Hopefully ability block. Kill him there. Nice 60, well, 54 banners because it's 3v3. I'll probably mirror that. This, which one's weaker actually? I'll probably Basilisk on this one. See how that goes for me. See if we can't do this. Mace Windu is a tad annoying. See if we can strip some turn meter. Dodge, dodge, another AoE. Go here. We'll save the stun potential. Throw up some more debuffs and another AoE. Reduce turn meter. Maybe stun. Awesome. Okay, she might be inclined to heal. Oh, nice deflect. Okay, so she was inclined to do that heal, which was perfectly baited out by me. Now we can do this. 55 banners. Alright. Do I want to throw in another Jedi just for lels? Alright, do I want to meme? Do I want to meme? Nah. Could I get Fractured Stunlocked by Thrawn? Should I have checked to see if their Thrawn is faster than my guys? I should have. But instead I have Reckless Abandon. And I care not for the scientific parts of this game. I simply care for the domination. Domination! Domine. Have I mean, I've lost, what, 2 banners, but I've made up. This is much higher than perfect banners at this point. Oh, I haven't done ships yet. That's right. That ship team could actually give me some trouble. Maybe stun. I'll just basic. Yeah. Pop this just to give me a little bit more oomph. Maybe that'll one-shot. Oh, a dodge. You don't say, Padme. You don't say, Padme. Alright, 54 there. Juicy. This is the absolutely most fantastic. This team is strong. I'm actually kind of concerned. I will admit I am kind of concerned. So for the first time in maybe my entire career, I will bring in a full... Oh my god, I thought it froze. Alright, where's good old Fack? Oh, are you guys faster? Gotta pray that Houndstooth's fast. I don't think Houndstooth's fast enough. Oh, just barely. Awesome. Yes. Good, Anakin. Good. A dodge. Nice. Exactly what I expected to happen. Probably didn't need to bring in any reinforcements for this battle. I greatly overestimated my opponent, which is sometimes a good thing. That way you don't get caught off guard. Let's just make sure that they're topped off. Awesome. Perfect banners. Yes, sir. Probably could have got 67 there. Alright, so I missed out on probably an extra 4 there and 2 there. So I could have had 1996. When I said 1990, it's not terrible. I mean, it's above perfect. It's just not all the way above perfect to be perfectly perfect, if you know what I mean.